Welcome, everyone. I'll pop your name in the chat. We are in New Zealand on Thursday, early evening. And so there's been some quite beautiful messages come through about this time just over the last 3 days that I want to share with you. Let me check that that's the first part of it. No, here it is. So these are notes from the 6th, 7th and 8th of September from my morning conversations with GAIA. Hello, Beachwee. Welcome. Yeah, so on September the 6th, I got, the day is exciting and lightening, releasing and freeing. This light is now holding such purity and transparency, enabling and supporting truth, the need for truth, and the ability to feel safe and held in the process of this. Hello, Tina. Hello, Charlotte. Welcome. So I thought there was really, it's these little kind of soft nuances of the languaging of this energy that has really touched me. So this is a significant change maker in our human existence, is what Gaia said. The ability to feel safe and held whilst speaking truth. This enables inner exploration and a gentle meandering within to examine our own beliefs and patterns. And these energies strongly support this. And then it segues into the social collapse of all false patterns and paradigms, the structures that hold us in limitation, in lack, and in fear across all systems, as the matrix collapses in the physical now, like a deck of cards. So that was a pretty interesting metaphor. I mean, we know that the matrix has collapsed in the etheric, and that happened, don't remember when, long time ago. And now we're beginning, in July, really, we were beginning to see these kind of truths arise, and then some movement in it in the physical in August, and now this kind of movement of collapse, really, which we have seen in a number of ways. So we've seen that in terms of government, we've seen it now in terms of more legal not mandates, legal I don't know the word for it, the outcome of legal proceedings. There's a special word for that, but it escapes me. And then many are beginning, feel this, to settle into their hearts. This meaning living from their heart space and allowing the heart to be the compass and the guide. And Gaia said that we will more frequently hear the phrase, "It just didn't feel right." So you will all know that that's a phrase that people like us use all the time. And Gaia was saying that we will hear that more and more from the collective. And that those who are awakened souls are now pulling the collective more into these experiences as they are in the practice of living deeply from their internal GPS and hearts, which then creates exponential movement for humanity to become heart-centered. And this will propel a lot of change. So a lot of endings seemingly out of the blue because all of a sudden things don't feel right. And people will be following that. Their heartfelt feelings of things feeling out of alignment and not quite right. And they will begin to trust that and to follow it. So expect massive movement throughout this month and into October, as these changes will also impact the general mood and energy of the planet, as individuals are elevated in their energetic systems, having removed aspects of life that weighed them down. So aspects and elements in our world and in our surroundings becoming clearer as we are all beginning to see, notice, and feel more uplifting moments, experiences, and people around us, around you, and in daily life. The veil has lifted, the shrouds are coming off, people are sensing greater lightness and seeing more light, and certainly that's my experience. You may be feeling it as a sense of illumination and of knowing, a feeling of greater confirmation that all is well, unfolding and on track, that you have this inner sense of ease and acknowledgement about this ascension process being in action and more available to you in your observation. So many will be engaged in their inner work and healing this month, and this especially applies to the divine masculine, and I will do a separate video on that, but they will lead the way in this healing that tips into the physical three-dimensional space through their attending to their kind of mental deconstruction, or their deconstruction of the mental beliefs and paradigms. And so that's going to be very big work for them this month, and that will, they'll like laying down the new for that, if you like. So people are smiling more often and accessing inner calm, well-being and happiness, and we will watch this, Gaia said, build into floods of joy. So in general, during this month, we can hold space for greater compassion in humanity and for humanity, can sit in open-heartedness, deliberately and intentionally emanating love and compassion out to the world as we come into our own greater balance and equilibrium. And that this then helps to steer the ship home. So it's this idea now that things are softer and clearer and more transparent. And so what we put out, it can land now. It's not going to be like something on a hard surface. It's going to land more softly. There's this greater feeling of well-being and safety. So let that be our work over this next little while as we witness great collapse, and that it enables us to shift. So it's this domino effect. All right, so I just came on to briefly give that because it felt new and beautiful, and the energy is interesting. So how it shows up to me as it is as this very translucent, transparent, pale yellow light, and that's the light that is kind of permeating us and the planet at the moment. And that's the light that enables transparency and enables us to access and see and feel our truth, and then that exudes out into the rest. So it feels like a really nice shift to me for this month, and we'll see what else comes. I'm sure there'll be something more that comes, but yeah, there's a definite feeling of beauty and ease and softness and gentleness. So I wish you a beautiful end of the week and into the weekend, and we'll speak again soon. Much love.